welcome to this next topic of planning, and that is planning process. And believe me, this is going to be very interesting, because as I've already told you that we all are involved in one or the another way in this planning. So let's see how is this process helpful and what are the steps followed in planning process. So the very first step is setting of the objectives, then developing premises. Then the third step is identifying alternative courses of action, then evaluating alternative courses of action, selecting the best alternative, implementing the plan, and last but not the least, and that is follow up. Means it's very necessary, follow up. So student, before going on each and every point, means before explaining each point, I would like to tell you one I want to give you one example. Means with that example I think it will be easier for you to understand each and every steps. So let me take one example, and let me take the example of a boy. It's just means imaginary story. So a boy named Ravi. Okay, so let us take that example, that this boy Ravi, and he is planning. And what he is planning, he has set a target of achieving 95% marks, okay, marks in a subject, because to make it easier I will take only one subject. So definitely I will take my subject, that is BST, Business Studies. So he has an objective, he has set a target of achieving 95% marks in Business Studies. Okay, so the objective is set. Okay, then the next step what he is going to do, now he will calculate that for achieving this 95% of marks, how many days are there. Means say suppose it is the time of starting of April, suppose, okay, and he has taken time that he should complete his BST course by the end of say November. Okay, so like this, I think from April to November it is almost 8 months. Okay, so he has thought that he is going to complete this course of BST, and there are almost 12 lessons. So 12 lessons to be completed in 8 months. So now means it is not advisable that to just you have set the target and after the end of the November you will find out that either you are able to finish that course or not. So what is advisable, that Ravi should, to achieve his objective of November, what should he do? He should make small plans of each and every month, isn't it? That will be advisable for him, that for each month he should make a plan, that suppose there are few lessons which are very small, say this planning, it is very small lesson, then business environment is very small lesson. So maybe like this way he can make a plan that the lessons which are very small, he will take 2 lessons in a month, and some lessons are very big like marketing or financial management. These are certain lessons which are big, so he will complete these big lessons, one lesson in 1 month. Okay, so this can be done. So now what he is doing, he is now distributing these all 12 lesson of business studies for 8 months. I think till here it is clear to all of you. Now next point, now what he is do, that but suppose what will happen if suppose Ravi is sick, or say there will be a few festivals also in between from April to November. Definitely there will be some festivals also, and maybe there is some marriage party or some another kind of function in his house. Then what? So now what he will do, he will exclude these days, that is total of 8 months, around say 250 days are there suppose. So now what he will do, he will exclude these days, means he has total all these days, that in say there will be 10 festivals in between, so he is going to exclude these 10 days. Then he has to go in some marriage party of his niece suppose, or his brother. Then there he is going there approximately 5 to 10 days he have to deduct from that. So by calculating he find out that approximately 1 month, means 30 days are there which he need to exclude. Okay, now Next, what he'll do? Now he'll plan, means now he is having 7 months. Okay, so he has decided in 7 months these lessons are there and I have to complete these lessons accordingly. Now, what next he'll do? Now he'll find out that which are the methods he can adopt to study. Means he can either make notes and learn. This can be one method, or he can just write down the heading and just for the keywords he can learn all the heading, and because he is very good in English, he can means he can write down the elaborate the answer as if required. So these are certain ways he can adopt. Then next, what he is going to do? He will find out which is the best way for him. Means suppose he has two way to go. One is of making notes and one just making just writing down the heading and learning it. So he will find out which is the best way he can adopt, and after that he is going to adopt that. And lastly, what he is going to do, he will that after the end of each month, as he must have planned now that every month he is going to do in suppose in April month he is going to do 2 lessons, in May month he is going to do only 1 lesson. So after each and every month he will find out that whether whatever he has whatever was the target is he able to achieve the target well or not. Clear? So now let's put all these things in the planning process and see whether we are able to accomplish our objective or not. So here comes the next, sorry, now here comes the first, very first process, step of the process, and that is setting objective, that is specify the objectives that the organization wants to achieve. Because we have to talk in the terms of organization, so definitely organization word is used here, but if suppose I am taking my example, so what is Ravi doing over here? He is setting the objective. What was his objective? His objective was to score 95% marks in BST. Clear? Then the second point is developing premises. What is premises? Actually, planning is a future oriented activity and future is uncertain. Therefore, the managers are required to make certain assumptions while drafting plans for the organization, and these assumptions about the future are called premises. Means in our case, I have taken the example of Ravi. So what I have seen, the Ravi find out that from April to November there will be certain festival, there will be one function also, and even might be suppose he is sick, then what will happen? So these are the assumptions which Ravi has made, and actually this is the developing of premises. Clear? Then the third step says that identifying alternative courses of action. Once objectives are set, assumptions are made, and then alternative courses of action is determined for achieving the objectives of the organization. Means now what he is going to do, in our case Ravi, what he is doing, he is finding out the alternative courses. And what were the alternative courses? The alternative courses was like making of notes and learning, or just learning the keywords and elaborating the answer as if required. So these were the alternative courses of action in our example. Now the fourth point is evaluating alternative courses of action. The next step is to evaluate the positive and negative aspects of each and every alternative course of action, keeping in view the objectives to be achieved. Now in our case, what Ravi is doing, he is now evaluating. He has two options, two alternatives, and now he is evaluating both the alternative, the positive and the negative aspects of both the alternative, and means in which opting which alternative will make him achieve his target. Then the fifth step is selecting the best alternative. The best plan from the alternative is selected. I think it is clear, I hope, that whichever the best alternative for the Ravi, he is going to select it. Like suppose he thought of selecting, of opting for making notes and revising it and learning it. So he has selected that alternative, and after selecting, means mere selecting is not everything. Implementing the plan. In this step, the selected best plan is implemented, that is putting plan into action. Means now what he is going to do? Now he is going to implement this plan. And the last step of this process is follow-up action. Means it involves monitoring the implemented plans and ensuring that the activities are being performed accordingly to the schedule or not. Means now what he is going to, as I have told you that he must have made the plans for each and every month. Now after the end of each month, what he is going to do? He is going to evaluate that whether he is able to achieve his monthly plans or not, because until unless he is not going to achieve his monthly plan, how will it be possible for him to achieve his 8-month plan, that is of scoring 95% marks? He won't be able to achieve until unless he is achieving these monthly plans. So now, for ensuring that each and every activities are being performed as if planned or not, this is follow-up action. So student, this was all about the process of planning, and I think it must be clear to you all. And thanks. And if suppose student, if you have any problem in understanding any of the point, then please ask through comment box.